Hey guys, welcome back to FedEx Gaming's Redstone Tutorials. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you guys how to build my sand lift. So let's just see what this thing does, and then we'll start building. It's all we have to do is stand on top of this sand block, click this button, and we go up. That is a sand lift. So we just go up the little sand lift, we get to our second floor, and we can just walk right off our sand lift, and then it goes back down. So bye-bye sand lift. So no, I actually used the same kind of concept I did with my 6x6 sand door, except what I did was instead of having a bunch of repeaters pretty much go in a big loop until it got to the point where the door closed, all I did was I added a pretty much just a pulse extender right over here to reduce the size of it by a lot. By a lot. So pretty much all it does is you just click this button, and all it does is shift through the sand, making it extend up to 6 sand blocks. That's the most it can possibly go, because a piston can only push up to 12 blocks, and then it retracts down after you have reached your destination. So let's just start building this thing, guys. Alright guys, so for this build we're going to need a 5x6 spacing. We're also going to have to dig down 7. However, we have to dig down 8 in just 2 spots, so just make sure you have enough room to dig down 8. So for this build we're going to need, well, some blocks to put our redstone down on. Also, I'm going to have my input block, which is always red. We're going to need 2 sticky pistons, 5 regular pistons, 23 redstone repeaters, a handful of redstone, 1 redstone torch, 13 sand blocks, some blocks of choice. We're also going to need 1 slab, 1 button, and 1 lever. Now, of course, you can have 2 buttons if you want to activate it from different areas. However, just go with 1 button for now. So once you got your 5x6 spacing and you've dug down your 7, go to the bottom left-hand corner and count over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just count up 1. And this is going to be our input block, so any power that goes to this block will activate the whole entire thing. And then actually what I want to do now is actually put a button on it for now. So just put a button on the outer rim of it right now, just so you can test it and make sure everything's working while you're building it. So coming out of our input block, we're going to put a repeater on 1 tick delay, and then we're going to dig down 1 here. So see, we have to dig down 8, put a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on top of it, put dust on the back side of it. This will create a monostable circuit. Put a block next to the dust. Then coming out of this block, we're going to put a repeater on 1 tick delay. And then actually, before we move on, right next to this dust and this 1 tick delay repeater, dig down 1 right here and put a regular piston facing upwards like that. All right, now let's move on. Next, what we're going to do is put a block in front of this 1 tick. Put another 1 tick delay repeater coming out of that block. Put another block in front of that 1 tick. Then to the right side of this block, we're going to put a piece of dust. And then coming out of this dust, we're going to put a regular piston facing towards this regular piston. Next, put a block in front of this dust. And then coming out of this block, we're going to put 3 repeaters going back to our monostable circuit. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to set this one to 4 ticks, this one to 4 ticks, and this one to 3 ticks. So now this is our whole extending function. So how you know how it extends up while you're on top of the sand? So this should all be working right now. So to make sure it's working, all you have to do is put 7 pieces of sand above this regular piston. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then put 6 here. So literally just put 1 down from the top, 1 over here like that. So now just click this button just to make sure everything's working. So it should extend all the way up. See how it's going up and up and up, up and up. Okay, so everything is working, and now it's going to be stuck on an infinite loop because we haven't finished it yet. So to get rid of that, all we have to do is just delete this block and then put it back. And then all you have to do for the sand is just delete the top 6 pieces of sand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, you could delete it from the bottom as well because sand falls. And then just put them back like that. There we go. Next, what I actually want you to do is put your block of choice around this piece of sand. Just make a 3x3 for now, just so you know where your floor is. This is your floor right here. So there's our 3x3 around our sand, like that. And then we're actually going to put some more normal pistons in. So when you're standing right at the front of it right here, where you see this nice little pillar of sand, all I want you to do is literally come down 3 blocks from your top block. So 1, 2, 3. And then I want you to put 3 regular pistons facing towards this sand. So 1, 2, and 3. And then just delete these blocks. And then we'll get back to this later. Just get it in now so you don't have to do it later. And then what I'm actually going to do is switch up my color now, because now we're going to make the whole closing function. And the whole not keep it on an infinite loop function as well. So now what we're going to do is come back here to the back side of our build where we can see this piston right here. And to the right of this sand block, we're going to put a block here with dust down on top of it. Then put a block right above the dust. And then put a lever on this block. So let me get out my lever. Put a lever on this block and then switch it down. So switch it down. So this dust has to be on always. This dust always has to be on. Then coming out of the side of the sand to the left side, we're going to put another block. Then coming out of the sand block, we're going to put a repeater on 4 ticks delay. The repeater should come on because this dust will always be on. Then put a block in front of your repeater. With a torch on the back of that block, the torch should go off. And now what we have to actually do is make a pulse extender here, just so this torch stays off the entire time the sand is moving. Because every time the sand drops down, this repeater will send a pulse to the torch, which we do not want. So to make a pulse extender, all we have to do is literally put a block right above this regular piston right here. Then put a 4 tick coming out of this dust. So turn around and put a repeater on 4 ticks. As you can see, it comes on due to the dust. Put a block in front of the repeater. Then down to the left, and coming out of this block, we're going to put another repeater on 4 ticks. Then put a block up in front of that one, and then put another block down going into the torch block. Put another repeater on 4 ticks delay. This will create a pulse extender, keeping this torch off at all times. We want it off at all times. Next, what we're going to do is take out our slab here, and we're going to put our slab to the right side of our torch upside down. As you can see, it's upside down. It's not here. It's here. And then coming out of the torch on top of our slab, we're going to put a repeater on 4 ticks. Put a block up in front of your 4 tick delay repeater. And then come down 1 block and put dust here. So when the repeater sends power to this block, it will send power to this dust right here. And then literally just bring your dust all the way down to your input block. And then 1 away from it going into the input block. Input block. Put your 4 tick delay. Put a 4 tick delay repeater. Now I'm getting all jumbled up. So make sure your 4 tick is going into your input block like that. There we go. So that will actually shut it off now. So if I start it up, this little thing right here will shut it off. So if I click the button, it will go up and up and up and up and up and up. And there we go. See how it shut off? Now it's not going anymore. It completely shut off. So now that we know it's shut off and everything's good and all that stuff, pretty much what we're going to have to do now is just delete everything and put it back. So actually, yeah, so pretty much what you're going to have to do is just delete the top 6 blocks again. Like that, and then literally just put the sand right back in. I'm just telling you guys to make sure everything's working. I know it's a hassle to delete the sand, but trust me, in the long run, it's going to help out a lot, guys. So there we go. Now everything's back to a place. We know it went up and we know it stopped. So now we just have to make it so it pretty much pushes the sand to the side and turns the whole thing off. Well, closes the whole thing. So to do that, now I'm actually going to use another different color. I'm just using different colors just so you know each function and how each one works. So in front of this 4 tick delay repeater that's on top of this little slab, we're going to put dust on top of this block. Then right next to the dust, put a block right above the 4 tick delay repeater with dust on top of it. Then 1 more block out again above this off torch, and put a repeater here on 4 ticks coming out of the dust. Put a block in front of the 4 tick, then to the left going towards your sand. Then put another repeater here on 4 ticks coming out of the block. And here we're going to put a sticky piston facing upwards with a block on top of it. To the left of it, we're going to put a block with a repeater on 1 tick delay coming out of our block, making a monostable circuit. See, there's a sticky piston here, so that makes a monostable circuit. Put a block in front of your 1 tick. A block down next to the bottom piston. And put a block next to the top piston. And then off the block that's in front of this 1 tick delay repeater, we're going to put dust here, and also put dust in the middle, like that. So it should look something like this. And you know what, let's just get rid of this now. It's going to get in the way. So it looks something like that. Next, what we're going to do is come out to the right side of our monostable circuit over here, and put a repeater on 4 ticks, block in front of it. Then we're going to go to the right towards the lever, and put a repeater on 4 ticks going towards that lever. Put a block in front of it. Then on top of the block that has the lever, we're going to put another repeater on 4 ticks. That's why we need a lot of repeaters. We just need a lot of delay. And we're literally just going to bring blocks all the way down and then up next to the dust. So it kind of makes like a cross shape back here. And we're going to put 2 more repeaters on 4 ticks going towards that block. And then make sure you put your dust here. Put a dust on top of this block. So it should look something like this over here. Pretty much a nice little cross with 3 redstone dust right here. And that's it. You should be done. So if I click the button, it should go all the way up. And then the yellow circuit should kick in, closing it. See, kicks in, pushes the sand to the side, and pushes the sand to the side, and it closes. So that's it, guys. You are completely done. So actually what I'm going to do now is take out another different color. Let's use purple. I never really used purple. For your button, pretty much this is your input block. So all you have to literally do is just bring the power from here. But never, ever, never, ever, ever bring the button right here. The button cannot be on this 3x3 square, no matter what. Just don't put it anywhere near it. All right, guys, so now literally all we have to do is just put in our button to make this thing work. So where I like to put my button is right here where these 4 tick delay repeaters are. Actually, let me get rid of that. Right where these 4 tick delay repeaters are going into our closing circuit. All we're gonna do is just put a block up right on top of this block, put dust here, and then put a block of choice right above the dust with a button here, and that's where you'll activate it right here. So now all we have to do is bring the power from here down to this input block right here. So all I do is go down to the left-hand side of it with more dust. Then you put a torch right here. Come 2 blocks down underneath the torch. So 1, 2. Delete this block. Put dust on this block. It should activate due to the torch. Then put a torch going towards your input block off the side. The torch should go off. And then just put dust on top of your input block. And that's it. So now all you have to do is come over here, stand on top of your sand, and click your button. And you go up it. Whee! Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't make the second floor yet. So it's very easy to make the second floor, guys. All it is 6 blocks up. So all you have to literally do is just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, and then just delete these. So there we go. Now we got our second floor in. Boop, 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 and done. So now that's it. And also, you cannot have a normal block right here or else it will cut the current off. So what I like to do is I just put a half slab there, or you can also put a staircase there if you want to. So literally just to do that, just put a block over and then a half slab upside down like that. There we go. So if that's it, guys, you're done. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to stay tuned with my newest videos. All right, guys, we're almost there. And there. All right, guys, peace.